Okay, so this is a 40-minute chair yoga class. All you need is a chair, any kind, even a dining room chair, whatever you have, just as long as the seat feels firm, that would be helpful. And then have a non-slip surface underneath you, or put a yoga mat under your chair so it doesn't slide. All right, so you could start sitting tall at the edge of your seat and place your feet about hip width apart, toes pointing straight forward. Knees also in the same direction of your toes. And feel for both of your sitting bones evenly grounding into your chair. So if you have a tendency to lean to one hip, try to even out the weight of your body through both of your hips. And then lift up through your spine, roll your shoulders back. You can draw your chin back just slightly to lengthen through the back of the neck, maybe even tuck your chin a little to facilitate that. And then close your eyes. So for today, our yoga practice is movement and breathing. And if some of the movements aren't appropriate, breathing is the most important part of anything that we do, but especially in yoga. Bring your attention to your breath, so that you marry your mind with your inhales and exhales. Starting to turn your focus more inward. So much of the time we're distracted by our senses or thoughts that we don't even notice what we're doing in the present moment. We go on autopilot. So this is a chance to be very deliberate with your actions, with your intentions, and enjoy the freedom, the ease, the simplicity of your breath. In and out through the nose if you can. And just get a sense for what it's like to breathe. If you feel stuffy, if your nose feels clear, the breath feels smooth or rough, long, short, deep, shallow. And then imagine you could take a rolling pin of sorts to your breath and smooth out any lumps or edges or bumps, making it one long, streamless stream of air as you breathe in. And then a steady stream of breath as you exhale. You can use your spine as a reference point. Visualize breathing in from the base of your tailbone all the way up through your neck, even the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, it's like your spine conducts the breath all the way back down from the crown out through the tail. So you use your spine to continually draw your attention back inward to your center. Inhaling up the length of your spine. Exhaling down the length of your spine. And we'll just take a few more breaths like that, using our hands to help us focus. So turn your palms up, and with every breath, you're going to tap your thumb to one of your fingers. So we'll start with the thumb and index connecting. Take a breath in. Exhale nice and slow. At the bottom of your exhale, touch your thumb and middle finger together. When you're ready, breathe in as if from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, visualize your breath draining all the way back down. The bottom of your exhale, touch your thumb and ring finger. When you're ready, breathe in. And when you're ready, breathe out. One more time, touch your thumb and pinky. Wait till the desire is strong and then breathe in. And when you're ready, breathe out. Relax your fingers. You can bring your palms together in front of your chest. Maybe even get a sense for your heartbeat. And just acknowledge the gift that you're giving yourself in this moment to practice yoga, to heal, to just be present. And rub your hands together, warm yourself up. And once they're warm, cover your eyes, making a little blanket for your face. Blink your eyes open, and then relax your hands all the way back down. All right, so we'll get started with some movement now, linking it to the breath. So take an inhale, just sitting up nice and tall, neutral neck, neutral spine. And then exhale, simply tuck your chin towards your chest and look down the length of your torso. Maybe even down the tip of your nose with your eyes. Inhale, come back up to center, neutralize. And exhale, slowly tip your head back, being prudent here that you don't go too far. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, tip your chin towards your chest. And we'll just do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift up, neutral. Exhale, tip your head back, maybe even open your mouth. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Inhale, neutral. And last time, tuck the chin, breathe out. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, tip your head back, open your throat. Feel that sensation. And then inhale back to neutral. Okay, now look over your right shoulder and see if you can keep your torso, your shoulders especially, still as you do this. Come back to center. And other side. And you may notice as you do this, there's a difference in range of motion that is pretty typical. We tend to have a dominant side or a more flexible side. So as you turn your head right to left, see if you can create balance, finding about the same degree of mobility per side. And if you want to make this more intense, look out of the corner of your eyes. If you could gaze all the way back behind you just with your eyes. You might even feel a little brightening behind the eyeball. Okay, come back to center. Draw your chin towards your chest and just very slowly make some half circles. So trace your collarbones with your chin, letting the head hang, the back of the neck release. And breathe as you do this. Smooth, steady breaths. Notice as we just move the neck, is there a shift in your posture or a shift in how you're carrying the weight through your pelvis? Can you keep it neutral? Do one more little half circle here. And then drop your chin back to your chest, slowly lift your head up. And let's move on to the shoulders. So allow your arms to dangle beside your chair if there's room. If there's armrests, you can hold on to them or put your hands in your lap. And then just loop the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Just a few times here to warm up the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Anytime you're doing circular movements, you're helping your circulation. You might even feel a warming sensation. That's a good sign. And right now go the other way. So pause and take the shoulders back, up, forward, and down. And notice if one direction feels a little more challenging. Or if you hear any little crackling, it's called crepitus, which if it's not painful, it's not a big issue. It's just likely air moving. But just notice the sensations, notice any sounds. And then drop your arms. Okay, take a break for a moment. You can even shake out your hands. And then lift your arms up to about shoulder height. Bend your elbows so your palms face forward. Take an inhale, squeeze your elbows back towards each other, drawing your shoulder blades in towards your spine, lifting your chest. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, and see if you can bring your hands or maybe even your forearms and elbows together in front of you. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. And if this is too intense on your shoulders, the arms could go lower, but you'll get a more intense stretch, keeping the elbows up in line with your shoulders. Last one. Engage the belly, contract, and then inhale, come back up, and relax the arms down. Okay, now hold on to the sides of your chair just for a little bit of stability. Make sure you're right at the edge of your seat. And we're going to do some work to strengthen the quadriceps and support the knees in the process. So we're just simply going to lift one leg, flex your foot, kicking your heel out in front of you to straighten and tone the muscles above the knee. And then bend the knee, and if you have room, slide your foot back underneath the chair. Maybe coming to your toes and feel that stretch through the sole of your foot. So inhale, you could take the leg out, engage through the quadriceps, tone through the belly for support. Exhale, sweep the leg back under the chair. And just do a couple more of these. Squeezing and contracting the muscles on the front of the thigh and the belly. And then stretching those muscles as you point the knee down. One more time. All right, step your feet back towards each other, and let's do the other leg. All right, second side. Could feel like a different planet, so just notice the differences. And as you push out through your foot, become aware of if you're rounding your spine, in which case you should lower your heel closer towards the floor. So we don't want to compromise or compress the lumbar. You want to try to sit up nice and tall and just engage the muscles around the thigh and the core to support the spine so we stay balanced. All right, one more time. And notice for me, this is a harder side. All right, and then step your feet back together, and we're gonna make some circles with the leg. So you could do this, foot off the floor, and just kind of circle around through the hip socket with the knee bent, or you could try taking the leg straight, either for small circles or big circles. And then step the foot down, try the other side, and notice which direction you're going. So I'm moving my knees out for my circles, and we're gonna switch and do it on the other direction as well. If you like, you can straighten the leg. Just relax your foot, relax your toes. This is a core exercise as well, just to stay upright. Step the foot down, and now go the other direction. So circle in if you were circling out, or vice versa. You can do it with the legs straight, small or large circles, it's up to you. Step the foot down. And if you feel any kind of rubbing of bones in your hip socket, make the movement smaller. Try to avoid that so we're not grinding away at the connective tissue. All right, feet come back down. Roll your hips forward a little bit, lengthen through your lumbar spine, lift up through your chest. Sit tall. Push your feet down. Inhale, lift up through your arms. Maybe look up, exhale, relax your arms down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, turn your palms up, lift your arms as high as you like. Exhale, lower your arms back down. Once more, try to match the movement with your breath so that you travel the full length of your inhale. Observe the pause. And then travel the full length of your exhale. I will add on to this for a sun salutation. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, lean forward and lower your hands either to your thighs, your shins, or the floor, whatever is most accessible. Tuck your chin, release your neck. Inhale, come up halfway, open your chest, belly away from your thighs. Exhale, fold back down. Tuck your chin. Push into your feet, engage your belly muscles. Inhale, come up. Stretch your arms wide and high. Exhale, lower the arms. We'll do that twice more. So it's a full body range of motion, or at least full through the torso. Exhale, tip forward, and over you go. Inhale, lift up, broaden across your collarbones, loop your shoulders back. Exhale, fold back down. Press into the feet. Inhale, come to sit tall. Exhale, lower. One more time. Feel that refreshing quality with the movement, with the breath. And then relax, observe your energy. Hopefully it feels like a clean, pure energy after you do the movements. That's the sign of a pose well done. You feel rested, but also alert. Take one more breath here, just observing. Okay, and then now we'll take a twist. So you can either turn to the side of your chair if you don't have armrests, or you're going to use the armrests to hold on to. So in my case, I'm going to turn to the side of my chair, align my bottom kind of with the back edge for support. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground, and then hold on to the backrest on either side. So you could go to the right with me, or you could be twisting to the left, either way. So if you're turning to the right, with your hands, you're going to push gently with your right palm and pull gently with your left hand. And you'll notice your left knee probably sneaks forward of your right, and just let it do that for now. That's okay. Inhale, find length in your spine from the tail all the way up towards the crown of your head. And exhale, wring yourself out internally, squeezing the digestive organs. This is a good, healthy squeeze. Inhale, lift yourself up. Create space. Exhale, wring yourself out. One more breath here. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Inhale. Exhale. And then unwind. We'll go to the second side. So either turn to your left, or whichever side you haven't done, or revolve on your seat if you don't have an armrest. Hold the back of your chair on either side. Inhale, lift yourself up, grow tall. Exhale, turn your chest, your belly towards the back of the chair, pushing gently with your left hand and pulling gently with your right. And allow your right knee to kind of sneak or drift forward. That's fine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tone through the abdomen. So this is really great for upper back stiffness, as well as any neck or shoulder pain. And then of course, for all those digestive organs, you get a nice wringing out, cleansing, so we can better absorb nutrients and eliminate waste. All right, unwind, come back to center in your chair. And actually, let's come up to stand. So you can push down into the edges of your seat, rock your weight forward into your heels, lift your bottom, come up with a nice straight spine, and then walk around to either the back of your chair or the side? And I'm going to show you from the side just because I don't have much room behind me with the wall here. All right, so we'll start using the chair for balance. So you can hold on to the backrest or do this freestanding if you feel comfortable. And you're just going to lift up onto your tiptoes and lower back down. Inhale to lift up and rise. Exhale, lower. We'll do that just a few more times, contracting the calf muscles, building strength through the ankles, the feet, and testing our balance. Now notice, do you have to rock forward a lot to come up? If that's the case, you're probably heel heavy as you stand. So even it out, front to back of the feet, and then lift up just like an elevator. One more. Keep breathing. It's really easy to want to hold your breath. Okay, and now walk your feet back a little bit. Lean your torso forward so your hands can support you and you have a nice little angle here. Hips right over the heels and your back is just kind of inclining towards the chair. So your arms could be on the backrest. Mine are just stacked here for viewing purposes. And you're going to bend your right knee, lift up onto your tiptoes, and shift your weight into your left foot, even allowing your left hip to kind of switch over to the side or reach further back. And just feel a stretch there down the back of the leg or side of the leg. And then change. So you bend into your left knee, keep your right leg straight, reach your hip back, even allow it to kind of switch out to the side. And then change again. So it's like you're pedaling. One more time each way. You might find you can get a little deeper bend or a deeper lean with this last time. Okay, now either keeping your hands on the backrest or resting them on the seat of your chair, depending upon your height and flexibility. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back, and imagine you are straddling an imaginary line between your feet, so they're at least hip width apart. Now your right toes point straight at the chair, your back toes angle out just about 45 degrees, and that's going to help you stay balanced. Now draw your right hip back, turn your left hip forward to square your pelvis at the chair. Take a breath in here. And exhale, lean forward any amount until you start to feel a little stretch through the back of your legs or your spine. And this could be where you adjust to maybe lower your hands to the seat of the chair. You can have a soft bend in your knee, push down into the ball of your front foot, the outer edge or heel of your back foot. And then just for fun, to strengthen the quadriceps muscles and tone the ankles, lift your toes up and rock onto your heel and feel that pull your right hip back in space and then lower the foot down. And you could do this with a bent knee the whole time. Once more. Good. Take one more breath here. You might even find that you can lower down a little bit more, maybe to your forearms or elbows. And then slowly push into your feet, press your hands down to come back to stand, and we'll switch sides. So I'll go to the other side of the chair just to show. So you're either behind your chair using the backrest or using the seat. And you'll step your left foot forward now and your right foot back. So left foot points towards the chair, right toes angle out about 45 degrees, and you're straddling an imaginary line between your feet. You can stand nice and tall up here. This could be a stretch already. Or you could lean forward a little bit, using the chair for support, and find an appropriate level to rest your hands and stretch your legs and spine. This is a variation of Parsvakonasana, or side intense stretch, sometimes just referred to as pyramid pose. Now if you like, Engage through your quadricep, the muscles above the kneecap. Rock onto the heel, lift your front toes, and then lower down. 2 more times. Feel how that pulls your left hip back, getting a nice lengthening through your hamstrings as well. And then relax the foot, take 1 more breath. If you'd like, you can lower down a little further, it's up to you. And then push into your hands, walk yourself up the chair and step the feet together. Okay, now I'll give you a couple options for a lunge here since we're balancing. You could stay as you are, step your right foot forward, your left foot back, and then bend your knee, maybe to come to touch the side of your chair. So this is going to help with our alignment to make sure the knee doesn't go past the toes. So I like using the chair for this purpose. You could balance, holding the hip, holding the chair wherever you can reach. Okay, now another option would be to sit on your chair. And this is most appropriate if you don't have an armrest. So you would sit with both of your legs pointing to the right. Shift your weight back to the edge of your seat. So your right knee stays bent, and then step your left leg in front into the side of the chair. So now this leg is free to just kind of straighten and lengthen, and you use the chair to support your pelvis. And this I find is much more intense across the front of the thigh or the psoas. So you just do what's appropriate. Take 1 more breath, either standing upright, balancing, or sitting on the chair. And then hold on as you shift, and we'll do the other side. So whichever leg you haven't done, switch. For me, that's left foot forward, right leg back. Holding the chair to begin, bend your knee, shift your foot forward so your knee taps the edge of your seat, and then you have your legs aligned. So the knee should be tracking in line with your toes. You're still straddling that imaginary line, only your back heel is lifted. Drop your tailbone, open through your chest, maybe hold the hip and balance. Breathe here, finding as much freedom through your torso, through your lungs, your chest, your back as possible. Or you come to sit on your chair, this time to the left side. Left foot stays on the floor, right foot steps in front and kind of the side back of the chair. So this hip is hanging off the edge of the seat a little. And you have your lunge here. Take 1 more breath, either variation. It's a great way to open up congestion or tightness in the pelvis, which happens if we sit for long periods of time. All right, then bend your knee and come to have a seat. All right, right on your chair. All right, come to the edge of your chair, open your feet out to the sides. You can turn your toes out so they point in the same line as your knees. And we'll do a side bend here, or a version of Parsvakonasana, or side angle pose. So let's start by leaning towards the right leg. I'm mirroring you, so this is really my left, but you're right. And lower your forearm to your thigh. Hold your hip, your shoulder, or stretch your arm up or to the side along your ear. You can't really see on the screen, but your palm will start to turn back. So your pinky finger points down, your thumb points up, and that creates a more snug fit of your shoulder in its socket. And breathe a lot of space, energy, light into your left side ribs. Take 1 more breath. And then lower your top arm if it was lifted, push down into your forearm, and switch to the other side. So you lower your elbow, And you could stay right here. Roll your belly, ribs, and chest back and just feel that opening through the side body and your front body. Or hand comes to the shoulder, or you could lift that arm up, finding an angle if it's appropriate. And all of these poses are to create an easier function and experience of our breath. So if you find you are holding your breath, or your breath has quickened to the point where it's uncomfortable, then come out of the pose or take a different variation. And that way the breath is like your teacher. Take one more inhale and exhale. Slowly come all the way up. Let's heel toe the feet together. And actually you could have your feet separate, especially if you're needing a little more support. If you want to challenge your balance, feet come together and you kind of suction cup your legs right up through the midline. And we're going to lean forward here, holding onto the edge of the seat. So further back you go, the more intense this is for the shoulders. And just feel that broadening across your chest, the front of the arm bones, and the lift up through your spine. Kind of like, I forget what they're called, you know, but like the woman on the front of the boat. All right, now you could keep this or release your hands, lean forward even more, so your belly could even come in contact with your thighs. Bring your right elbow to rest on your knees, left hand comes to your left hip, and roll your belly, ribs, and chest open to the side, so you're twisting. Push down into your forearm, lift up through the sternum. Engage your belly to draw your front ribs in slightly so you're not just collapsing in your lower back. And take one more breath. Stamp your feet down. All right, unwind and revolve to the second side. So forearm comes to lay on the knees, opposite hand to hip. Lift up through your chest and revolve your rib cage around to the right. Notice your neck, your face, your jaw. Is there any tension you're storing there? Relax it. One more breath. And then unwind, press yourself up. Bring your hands back behind you again. And we'll do one more little chest lift or back bend, which is great for our respiratory function, so that's why we do these. So you could start with your hands beside your hips or a little further back behind you, and just push into the heel of your hands to lift your chest. Trying to keep your arms straight, and feel a curve start to move into your thoracic spine, your upper back. You can look forward or lift your chin, letting your head dip back a little bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, push down into your hands to tone your triceps. Take one more breath. And relax. Now stretch your legs forward. There could be a soft bend in your knees, and then you're just gonna slide your hands down the legs any amount to counter the back bend with a forward bend. And what we're after here is releasing the muscles that just engaged. So reach your chest forward towards your toes, get as long as possible, and then relax your head, tuck your chin, and just receive the stretch. One more breath. And slowly walk yourself all the way back up, climbing your legs. Step the feet back in, and just cleanse your palate or wipe your slate clean. Take a breath in, lift up through the arms. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms down. All right, roll out your wrists. Just do a few rotations each direction. Go the other way. Shake your hands loose, just bring them up. And then do the same with your ankles. You can pick up a knee, roll around through the ankle and the foot, go the other direction. So we're just making sure we hit all the little distal edges of the body. Relax the foot down, switch sides, roll your ankles out. Go the other direction. And then step your foot down. And now to relax, you could shift your weight further back in your chair and use the back rest. So we're still trying not to slouch. Make sure you're not reclining back too far, but allow the back of the chair to support your spine if you fit in it that way. I know some chairs don't really allow that, so it just depends. You could also put a pillow behind you if you like that. All right, you can just relax your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. And shift your attention inward to see what's there. How do you feel? How is your body? How is your mind? How is your energy? We'll do a little more work with the breath here before we completely relax. And it's just simply going to be observing the pauses between the inhale and exhale. So you just notice that space between where it gets quiet and still, and linger there for as long as you like. So take an inhale as if from the base of your spine all the way up through the crown. Pause. And when you're ready, exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, observe the pause. And when the desire is strong, inhale again. Wait at the very top of your inhale. And when you're ready, breathe out. Wait at the very bottom of your exhale. And when you're ready, breathe in. And so it goes. Do that 2 or 3 more times on your own. And at the bottom of your next exhale, just allow your normal breath rhythm to return. Observing the pauses like we did allows us to experience the quiet and stillness, the steadiness of mind that's cultivated through meditation, through mindfulness. Yogis say the space between 2 breaths is the space between 2 thoughts. Now simply allow yourself to relax from the top of your head to the soles of your feet and everywhere in between. You can stay here as long as you like. And then when you're ready, join your palms together in front of your chest. Taking a moment of gratitude for you, for the opportunity to practice yoga. And then when you're ready, rub your hands together, warm yourself up. And once they're warm, cover your eyes like a blanket. Open your eyes and relax your hands back down. Namaste.